And it is a big and experienced front seven for Pitt and coordinator Randy Bates. Corsten under pressure, and he's dragged down. Dayon Hayes, the most electric defensive end for Pitt, gets home for the sack and a loss of 8.
And early in the ball game, the offensive linemen aren't setting their feet. You've got to set your feet on the inside. You've got to get a base. You see right there, the offensive tackle, you've got to engage. When they run that twist, that TE twist, you've got to take him and you've got to drive him up the field. You cannot allow him to go back under.
Yeah, it's really going to need to watch how this Wofford O-line fares against the front seven of the Panthers. 2nd and 23, and that is blown up in the backfield by DeAndre Jewell.
Put it down and punch. You cannot just throw a shoulder in there when you've got athletic defense.
And it sets up 3rd and 27 for Wofford, which will go conservative here, take its medicine, and punt with a handoff to Ryan Ingram. And how about that? The first 90 seconds, exactly what Pitt wanted to see defensively.
And coming into this ball game, the Wofford offense understood that Pitt was going to get up the field. They are not a read and react. They are an up-the-field, aggressive bunch of guys. They play press man on the outside, and they test your manhood. And you saw it early in this ball game, and I think we will continue to see it throughout the afternoon. So Wofford has to figure out a way to answer the call.
Atkins Roberts gets it away. MJ Devonshire, talented return man, did signal for the fair catch. For those of you now watching here on ACC Network as well, how about that outcome in Chestnut Hill in Northern Illinois? We continue on with our triple header as we take you to Pittsburgh, a game a few minutes underway so far in the opener here for the Panthers. Alongside Forrest Connolly, I'm Mike Monaco, Alex Chappell with us as well. And Forrest, Pitt's defense came out. They got a stop against Wofford here on the first possession. And now Phil Jurkovec and this offense for the Panthers. And they got a 4th and 1.
And I'm going quarterback sneak.
Phil Jurkovec and this offense for the Panthers. And they got a 4th and 1.
And I'm going quarterback sneak, something we talked to the coaching staff about. When you've got a 6'5", 230-pound quarterback, you run the quarterback sneak.
And they do, right behind the center, Jake Cradle, and that's exactly what Frank Signetti, the offensive coordinator, told us yesterday, and I know that makes your heart swell.
Absolutely. When you've got an offensive line that averages 6'5", 325 pounds, you've got an athletic quarterback at 6'5", 235, 240 pounds, why not?
Yeah, that is the playing weight. Phil Jurkovec has said 245 at 6'5". He's been throwing the ball as well as he ever has, according to what Pat Narduzzi and Frank Signetti told us. He's got Pitt at the 35. And I think Mumfield in motion. And on play action, Jurkovec under pressure and dragged down by David Powers.
This is the strong point of this Wofford defense there. Linebackers, and you see the delayed blitz by Powers.
For Jurkovec and Pitt. And conservative on a QB draw for just a couple of yards before Harry Morgan, one of the outside linebackers, part of that experienced front seven, in on to stopping some boos here at Acrisure Stadium. And we talked with Pat Narduzzi, now in his 9th season, about this team, and a lot of it does start with Phil Jurkovec, but then on the defensive side of the ball as well, they've got a lot of guys who've been cooking in the crock pot, as Charlie Partridge says, and they've spent some time here getting ready and stepping into bigger roles.
And one of the things we talked to Coach Narduzzi about is facing adversity, and did he want to see his team face adversity in a game that they should win. And he said he wants to see how they respond.
Ball appeared to cross over the goal line, and it did.
In your system, these guys aren't built for the type of system that they're running now, so they're transitioning.
Incomplete to the sideline, intended for the tight end Bryson Dickerson, and broken up Bengali Kamara there in coverage, and it brings up 4th down. Yeah, that's what the Wofford coaching staff was saying to us, and you've already highlighted it, that the biggest piece of their development, especially offensively, is on that offensive line, trying to get the guys to compete with the offense they want to run.
Well, the triple option offensive linemen, you see the whites in their fingers because they're leaning forward and they're going forward.
Atkins Roberts sends one in the direction of MJ Devonshire. Just inside his 40, slips a couple of tacklers and navigates out of bounds after a punt of 35. Daniel Carter got the start because Pat Narduzzi said to us he's had a great camp, hasn't missed a day. on play action out of a 3 tight end set. That is blown up.
It's an interesting player. 6'6", 255 pounds. That is what you have to do when you come up on a big guy like that.
Pitt 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far. Out of the pistol, it's Flemister. Fights forward past the 45. -1 passing yards for Pitt. 10 minutes in. This is Daniel Carter fighting inside the 40 for Pat Narduzzi. 3 tight ends, including Epps in motion. Carter follows him, burrows forward, and he's got a 1st down on a gain of 4. On 1st down, inside the 35 on a slant, it's caught, and running room for Bub Means. The first time we have called Bub's name.
And a great job by the offensive line. They picked up all of the defenders. You allow Means to find an open spot.
For Pitt. Hammond. Running lane and a touchdown. Pitt's on the board with Rodney Hammond.
This is what you want. Benny Radisha has one-on-one. You've got to make that tackle. You can't dive at, but just diving at him going towards the end zone, that's not going to get it done.
Ben Sauls tacks on the point after. I've got just 1 yard on 6 plays. Play action. Bryce Corriston to the air and incomplete. 2 flags, one on the near sideline near the intended target. And then the roughing the passer on Bengali Kamara, known for his pass rushing. A couple of running backs here. This is J.T. Smith out of the option look with running room up ahead, lowering the shoulder on A.J. Woods, and it's a gain of 14.
Aggressive up the field defense. The read play, you read option, you read the defensive man. He gets up the field. Right when he gets to you, it's the quarterback. You pick.
Nothing new with Pitt. We want to be the most aggressive defense in the country. Corriston dropped it, and Bam Brema pounces on it. And Pitt's got a takeaway.
You see here, he goes with the fake, but you've got to make a decision if you're Corriston. You've got to pull that ball out, and if you decide to pull it, you've got to be strong about and be convinced and have conviction pulling that ball out.
Quickly with Jurkovec under center, right behind Cradle. On cue again, that's 2 of them, and you are doubly happy.
And that was too easy.
And Pitt on the move. Jurkovec, a play fake. Checks it down to Sebo Flemister out of the backfield, and Flemister's got a 1st down. A half dozen years in different roles at Clemson for a while, where he cut his teeth. Jurkovec keeps quarterback design run, and Jurkovec streaks in for his 1st Pitt touchdown.
Got around the edge and no one was there. You see the end come crashing down. That's the read for the quarterback. If the end stays out, he's going to leave the ball in the belly of the back.
What Pitt had seen last year with Keaton Slovis, Phil Jurkovec on the ground, a couple of sneaks, and then from 23 yards out.
They're going to see how tough you are. So I love that aggression about this defense.
Jimmy Scott was offside, and there's some pressure.
Pressure right at the snap of the football. And, you know, Braylon Lovelace, here's a guy that put on about 25 pounds.
Well, now it's 3rd down and 11. Pressure on Corriston, and down he goes. Bengali Kamara, the disruptor, with a 3rd Panther sack. It's a loss of 9, and now 4th down.
You see it the way he flies off the edge. He comes unblocked, and you cannot allow that to happen. Who is going to be unblocked, and that is where you need to go with the football.
Atkins Roberts has been busy here in the 1st half. MJ Devonshire fielded it, now stretches it wide. There is a flag at midfield as Devonshire goes out of bounds in plus territory. Gonzalez, Collier, Cradle, Zubovic, and Taylor. In the flat, Flemister turns it upfield and pushed out of bounds inside the 10. David Powers nudged him out. You want accuracy, and you also want the hairline to be perfect.
Absolutely.
Everything. Beard trim. 1st down, Jurkovec to the air, and it's Kanate Mumfield. Puts his foot in the ground. He's got a 1st down on the 1st play.
And I've got a smart one, too.
Here's Jurkovec. Time to throw across the middle, and that's Jake Renda, is the most improved position room on the Pitt roster from last year to this year. Jurkovec to the air again, up the seam, and he's got another tight end. This time it's Gavin Bartholomew.
And you see Bartholomew get down the middle of the field for Jurkovec, and he puts the ball where Bartholomew can turn around, contort his body.
And Jurkovec trouble with the snap. Carter picks it up, and it's in for a touchdown. That happened in the Sun Bowl as well, and it works out all right yet again for Pitt. And Daniel Carter does get in from a yard out. Ben solves the point after, and it's 21-zip.
The middle of this defense can get up the field.
You see the press on the perimeter, and Kamara coming off the edge as Corsten got rid of it. Great catch by Alec Holt.
Hand to reach back behind his body, grab the football, get possession, bring it close to his body because he knew O'Brien was coming.
Hands to Ingram, and he is stuffed.
That you're trying to run the football and you only need a half a yard.
And Nate Temple was in the backfield to blow that thing up. Low kick. Devonshire fields it, takes it across the 30. 3 touchdown drives in this first half for his Panthers. Off the play fake, time to throw, and he floats it complete toward the sideline, and a good gain.
And offensive line, once again, they're selling a good job of selling the run. That's what you want to do. You can't come outside of the line box. They did a good job. You can't go past 2 yards.
Now 8 different Pitt Panthers with a reception. Jurkovec toward the sideline, zips it, and that's complete. It's his completion percentage for his career, a shade below 60%. Up the seam again, and complete to Mugfield.
Kept concentrating on the football, and he squeezed the football, and he was able to hold on to it.
After a 14th first down for Pitt. Hammond running behind Epps. He's got a touchdown. Second for Rodney Hammond.
And once again, they go to that jumbo package with the 3 tight end set. They've got overload on both sides, and then they just wash everything down, and it allows for Hammond to get to the outside and basically walk into the end zone.
It's been a balanced attack for Pitt so far. About 240 yards of total offense. Doing it through the air. On third down, Corsten toward the sideline, and he's got it complete. Kyle Watkins, the junior who has really developed and taken a big step forward. Kamara and Simon showed pressure. Only Simon rushes, and Corsten had to get rid of it.
And these are linemen that were recruited to play in that triple option offense, so they're learning pass protection as well.
A team that used to run it 90% of the time. Good punt sends Devonshire back inside his own 10. Precious seconds tick off the clock as Devonshire can't get past the 7. So 6 seconds to go for Jurkovec and Pitt on the opening drive out of halftime. 4-man rush. Jurkovec slides in the pocket. And a touch pass to the sideline for a first down to Gavin Bartholomew. Split out in the slot right on second down and 10. 4-man rush. Jurkovec scans, rifles one over the middle, and finds Bub Means. Another catch for Means.
And they've got good sets. You see the guards in the center doing a good job of being stout at the point of attack, and the tackles are doing a good job.
Second grab for Bub Means. Got 39 yards. Jurkovec off the play fake. Sidesteps Brandon Mena and was nearly intercepted by Jalen Marshall. He's already got the helmet smeared. Some shavings up there from some of the contact he's dealing with early on in the second half. They keep it with Sibo Flemister, and he picks up the first down.
They've got to fire off the football.
On second down, Jurkovec to throw. Eludes Mena to the end zone, and it is caught by Carter Judson for his first career FBS touchdown. Jurkovec kept it alive and cashes in to Judson. So the first career passing touchdown as well at Pitt for Phil Jurkovec. Solves the extra point.
Covered, chunked, and diced, baby.
My man is hungry. Shades of Julio Jones. Good one-arm catch there by Jordan Davis, one of the tight ends. Solomon DeShields on the step. We've got Stephon Hall in there right now. New safeties this year for Pitt. On third down, Corriston incomplete. Not on the same page with Devin Matthews.
But as they continue to get into conference play and play against stiffer competition, they've got to be able to fire out with flat backs and keep a wide base. If they continue to develop, they're going to be very difficult to stop as far as an offense.
First down from the 16. In the belly of Carter. Stretches it out to the edge and is finally spun down near the 40 by Maximus Pope.
30-pound guy blocking you. Now you've got a 5'10", 230-pound guy coming at you with the football, and he refuses to go out. I mean, it's a great, problem to have for this Pitt offense.
They've rushed for 134 yards. Jurkovec set up the screen, and off the deflection, it's Hammond with a burst down the sideline. And Hammond finally pushed out of bounds by Maximus Pulley, saving 6.
But I love the patience by Jurkovec. He saw the pressure, but he allowed the play to develop. I think it's going to come back, but a good job by Jurkovec to allow it to develop.
24-year-old sixth-year senior from Butler, Pennsylvania. Carter breaks free of a man in the backfield and back to cradle. It's not a high-powered high school team, Phil said kindly. Here's a reverse, and the speedster, Che Wabuko, spun down inside the 30 by Eli Campbell.
And you see Wabuko get to the edge, and look at Jurkovec trying to make a block for his guy. When you look at film and they do film study, the offensive line will thoroughly enjoy that. The receivers and the backs will appreciate their quarterback going out and getting involved. Tackles, it's a good test.
Now on second down, Jurkovec keeps to the edge off the zone read, and he picks up a first down, run out by Jihad Scales on a gain of a dozen. Pitt's own 5-yard line. Out of a 3-receiver look, Jurkovec floats it for Mumpfield, and too strong. It's Ben Sauls who comes out from 26 yards off the big showing in the Sun Bowl.
And you'll see more production from this offense.
Corriston rolls out, throws to the sideline, and a sliding bid and catch made again by Alec Holtz here at Acrisure Stadium. Second down for Wofford. Corriston under pressure, and down he goes. During the break, Alex with Pat Narduzzi. That is what Pat Narduzzi said to us, that he was most excited about that moxie, the grit, the Pittsburgh flavor, he called it, that they come from Phil Jurkovec.
They've got to get down, and once again, when you're a 6'4", 6'5" guy, it's difficult to bend. You've got to become a knee bender as opposed to a waist bender. You need to be a knee bender. You've got to be squatty.
214 yards. Caleb Junko, redshirt sophomore who won the job with a great camp, beat out Jeff Yerk, transfer who has left the program. Ball in midfield, and on third down at 5. Corriston checks it down to the freshman J.T. Smith, who got met and then wrapped up as the Panthers thud to the football. He's now got the freshman running back beside him, Montravius Lloyd. And off the bobble, the catch made there on the quick screen. Out to the sideline for Zion Fowler-El, the freshman. Play clock winding down on Veyer. On third down, quick throw left side, caught right near the 30 by Lloyd. On second down, Lloyd has a first down, tripped up by John Michael DiRoberto. Lloyd takes it out toward the logo. About a yard shy of a first down. It'll bring up 4th and 1.
Tough out-of-conference games next on their schedule. That Cincinnati game will be a tough game. And, of course, we know they want to win that West Virginia football. I'm so glad to see that it's a ride and not a walk or run.
On third down, they swing it out to Kenny Johnson with some wiggle for a first down. Christian Veyer in plus territory. Wofford brought 5 and lofted downfield to Jake McConaughey, who streaks in for a touchdown on his first career catch from 39 yards. "15 plays, 80 yards, 7.5 minutes. And the second team offense tacks on 7 with the freshman Samuel Carpenter with the point after. Number of people you think who would be here for this game. He couldn't even give us a total. Bryce Corriston lofts one deep downfield, and working back to the football, Tyler Parker makes the catch. And the freshman, Parker, is gone. 75 yards, and Wofford gets on the board loudly.
To go, but I mean, it's obvious. It was an obvious push off, but a good play by Parker, and I like the fact that they're continuing to play, but he definitely pushed him off on that play. Maybe the officials just felt bad and wanted to help him get on the board.
Bridger Jones comes out to tack one on,
which I think makes this offense very multiple.
570 yards of total offense for Pitt, and a week 1 win for the Panthers.